Hello, good evening, guys, everyone. Great. People who are there, okay, quick. If you guys can, I see some people have already joined in. So, students who can hear me clearly, okay, give me a quick yes, and then we can get started off. Hi, honey, hi, Sumit. Great. So we have okay we today is 29th. Okay, so 2 more days and then you're going to be in the month of November. Okay, that is where okay we have your CAT exam. So lot of things lot of things happens during this time. Okay, different students might have got different journey of their preparation, and then last 1 month, and precisely if I say, it is what, like 27 28 days now that we have. Okay, 29 days roughly, okay, that we have. So these days, okay, really matter a lot. Okay, and one thing that I'll just tell you at the very beginning itself. Okay, that don't try any new thing. Okay, for the next 25 28 days that you have in hand. Okay, before your CAT exam, don't try anything new. Something new, okay, definitely should not be done. Okay, there are different theories, okay, of what you should do in the last 1 month of time. So I'll talk a bit. Okay, in fact, I'll talk about each and every section. I'll give you week wise plan for verbal, for logic, okay, for cons, okay, like what you should do in week number 1, week number 2, week number 3. Okay, no, all of that we're going to discuss. Okay, yeah, honey, okay, I'm doing good. Okay, no, I have been out of YouTube for a couple of weeks. Okay, but now I'm good. I'm back. So so yeah, so that is where, okay, we are going to discuss, okay, with regards to now the next 4 weeks. Okay, what you have to do in each of the sections. Okay, I'll talk about that in detail. But before I get into that, okay, you see on the screen itself. Okay, right now what I have shown is, think positive, talk positive, feel positive. Okay, which is important because a lot of people, I've already started getting messages. Okay, students saying that, sir, feeling demotivated, feeling exhausted. Some people I spoke last, couple of weeks. Okay, and they were telling me that, sir, bore हो गए पढ़ के, कितना पढ़ना है. Okay, this is not ending only, my score is not improving. Okay, all of that. So understand one thing that we have been always telling you. Okay, that this journey of preparation is going to end only when you give exam. ओके जब तक एग्जाम नहीं होता है, यू आर इन द रेस इज गोइंग ऑन. सो जब तक आप वो लास्ट लाइन जो है, ओके, द एंड लाइन जो है, जब तक वो नहीं पहुंचता, दैट टिल दैट टाइम योर रेस, ओके, इज गोइंग ऑन. सो दैट्स वाई आप जहां पे भी हो, जिस भी लेवल पे हो, आपने जितना भी मॉक्स दिया हो, जितने भी आपने 20 25 30 40 जितने भी आपने मॉक्स दिया है, द जर्नी स्टिल ऑन. And from here, if you are able to sum up things very well, because हर चीज में ये important होता है कि towards the end आपका जो final steps है बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. Okay, so you have to make sure, okay, that you have to take care of certain things. Okay, with regards to your mindset. ये जो पढ़ाई का जो स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्लान बनाऊंगा, वीक वाइज वीक प्लान बनाऊंगा, वो तो एक्शन आइटम है. ओके, बट before getting into that, okay, you have to first take care of your mindset. That is very very important, and that's why, okay, I'm highlighting on the point of staying calm. देखो, think positive जो पहली चीज है वो तब होगी if you are calm, okay, inside yourself. बट अगर आपके अंदर ही अलग अलग तरीके के पैनिक मोड्स आ रहे हैं, ओके, इफ यू आर thinking all the more negative all the time, okay, you're always very hustle bustle thing. Okay, so you have to be calm, composed inside. I mean, for people who achieve big things, one thing is with common with every one of them. Okay, be it top sport players, or recently we had India Pakistan World Cup match. A lot of things people are talking about Indian cricket team. Okay, and all of that. What do you see? These players are not responding. They are calm at their place. Okay, they know that what ultimately matters. If they are performing good in the coming matches, no one is going to talk shit about them. So ultimately what matters is the action point. Okay, people will talk, people will have thoughts. Okay, let it be. But for you to be calm, composed inside, okay, that is more important. You should not be one person, okay, that someone said something, you saw some random video out there, okay, and because of that you completely got puzzled and confused. All of that. So you have to be calm, composed. So be calm, be composed. Okay, I know it is very, it is easy said, okay, than done, but it is important for you. For that, okay, you can go for a simple walk in the morning, okay, or in the late evening. Let's say you're just tired of preparation, okay. Let's say you're just exhausted of studying. Let's say your mock score didn't come well, okay. Go alone, have a have a your own time, think, okay, about your own career goals and effort that you've taken. Be calm, don't share it with a lot of people, okay. Be inside, because what happens when you talk to a lot of people, okay, there are times where someone can give you some negative thoughts, okay. And if you are one person who gets influenced very easily, okay, then you are going on the other side, okay, you're going on the wrong side. So it is first important to calm down yourself, go for those morning walks, okay, or late evening walks, anything like that, okay, that can help you. Okay, another important point for which I'm also going to share a lot of inspirational stories with you guys, okay, on our channel coming up. Reason being that is where I mean, when you talk to people who have done this, okay, a lot of our students have, who are there in the IMs right now, okay, they can come and give you those inspirational talks, okay. So we have our talk sessions planned, okay. So keep watching us, okay, keep following us on our YouTube channel, okay, so that you get those inspiration. Think, talk to people, okay, talk positive, talk to people who give you that inspiration, that what they did, okay, how did they achieve, how did their last month, okay, of CAT preparation go, okay, and how did they entire deal with this anxiety behaviors, okay, or different thoughts, okay, and how did they keep themselves calm. All of this, okay, that's very important, okay. Rather than going and talking to, many times you talk to your study group, okay, and there is someone who, one person who probably gives you the negative messages, or rather suggest someone who is performing very very good, okay, than what you're performing. That also kind of gives you those demotivation, that like what you are doing, you are not able to achieve much, but what others are doing, they are still able to achieve a lot. So these kind of comparison and all of that, okay, they kind of give you those negative thoughts. But when you find the right inspiration, you know that what you have, there are people, what did they do, okay, how did they reach, that is definitely going to help you there. So find the inspiration, stay calm, okay, and avoid negative people. That is, I mean, I think if you do this part, the other two things will automatically happen, okay. And avoid negative people, straightforward. Be it in your family, your friends, okay, at your workplace, just avoid talking to them. You can't control them, okay. You can't control what they will speak and all that, okay. But what you can do is you can avoid having conversations with them, okay. Be a little like, someone who has given cat multiple times, and probably he thinks that cat the बहुत difficult है, नहीं होगा types and all that, okay. Just park it aside, okay. Leave those kind of people aside, okay. Don't have a lot of conversations with them, okay, because that is going to only give you those negative thoughts. And what you should focus on is only one thing, is only and only one thing, is focus on action items, okay. That is the most important thing, okay. So that is very important, that you have to focus on action item. Now the action item is where I'm going to tell you in detail about each week plan, okay, that what you should be doing, okay, in the verbal section, cons, verbal, okay, everything like LRDI. So those are the focus area that you should be working on. Nothing else, okay, apart from this, that should be your main focus area. So if you're working on the action items, leaving negative people aside, staying calm, okay, finding the right inspiration, thinking positive, talking positive, you're feeling positive about things, okay, that is the key for the last 30 days. Now comes the point that what are these action items? Now I'm going to give you in the same format, the same flow in which the CAT sections come up, where you have the verbal ability, then the logic, and then the cons. Okay, so we'll talk more about the verbal ability part initially. Why? Because the structure of this preparation is very much the same for the other two sections also. Okay, so understand, okay, I have broken down into like 4 weeks, okay, week number 2, 3, 4, okay, that you see here, okay. And these 4 weeks that I see, okay, I mean, with 27th of November being the last day of the prep, okay, here for CAT, okay, and then we'll move on to the non-CAT. We'll start focusing on SNAP, okay, and other exams coming up, SAT and all that, okay. Now every week, okay, considering, so I'm not giving you any number of hours, okay. If you ask me that, sir, how many hours that you should study here, okay, my answer is simple, is how much ever you can do, okay, put it. If you can put 10 hours, 12 hours, put it. That's up to you. But you should not be, you should not be like, torturing yourself. Okay, don't be exhausted with things. Okay, have proper sleep. A 6 to 7 hours, okay, a 7 hours of sleep, okay, is good enough, okay, during these days. And other than that, okay, some free time, okay, break time that you can have for yourself. You're going for a walk, okay, you're going for, let's say, workout, gym, anything like that, okay. So apart from all that basic hygiene factors, okay, whatever time is left that you can give to your preparation, give it. Okay, don't waste your time on Facebook reels and Instagram reels and all of that, watching, just entertaining videos and all that. Keep it aside. Keep it if you want to have it for a break time. Very less. Other than that, all your free time should be focusing, okay, on these action items that I'm telling you. Okay. The first thing is go back to the previously solved, okay, CAT and the mock RCs that you have done. Okay, I'll be focusing more on RCs, okay, because RC definitely has got more weightage. I'll come to the VA part also, but I'm starting off with RC because RC is a big pain point for a lot of people. Okay, so go back to the previous. I'm telling you right now not to go with, like, anything new thing that you have done. Okay, so go to the previous solved CAT mocks. Okay, like the CAT actual CAT questions or the mocks that you've given. Okay, be it MBAP or any other institute mock that you have given. Go back to those mocks. Okay, identify the strength areas. You must have done your analysis. Okay, so identify the strength areas for the different type of VRC questions, okay, that you have found easy. So when you gave that mock, when you were preparing, okay, that time you must have definitely found some question is very easy. Why did you find that question easy? See, this time, okay, this 1 month time should not be, you where you do a lot of just solving questions. No, I mean, yes, question is a part. Okay, I've given you that part also, practice questions and all that is there if you see. But this is not something that you have to do the entire day. Okay, this is not something like, just practicing questions is not. I mean, be very clear with this. Just entire day sitting and just practicing questions should not be something that you should do the entire day. No, a big no over there. Okay, this is the time where you have to go back and reflect on your preparation and how to do that. Okay, so reflect on your preparation. Okay, identify the strength areas, okay, that you did in your, previous mocks, in your CAT questions. Okay, all of that, just go and check that. Identify how your progress changed in verbal, okay, in your preparation phase. Now, the reason I'm saying this, when you see yourself, like, in June, July, okay, this is what something, okay, I did in August, this is what I did, okay, this is what the first mock that happened, okay, that's how my score increased, went down, and all of that. You will appreciate, okay, the progress that you've seen. Okay, when you see that, okay, this is the amount of effort that I've taken and I move from here to here, okay, you will see your own journey, and that is important because it also gives you a motivation that yes, okay, I've been doing a lot of things, okay, since the time that I've started preparing. So go and reflect on that. And here comes the main part, okay, and I will say that spend a lot of time on this part, okay, that I'm highlighting, okay, I'm putting a star mark also here, okay. Then you need to check and recheck the basic of RCs and the basic of our type of questions. The reason why I'm saying this, okay, many a times you forget what is the difference between a style and a tone. Okay, you tend to forget that. What is the difference between the central idea of a passage and a summary of a passage? Okay, you tend to forget all this because probably you might have not seen those kind of questions recently or something like that. Okay, go back. You can go back and check your, MBAP ebooks are there. Okay, we have updated all of things there. Okay, go and check those things. Okay, you can go and check the recordings of the basic lectures if you want. You can go and check the basic theory notes. Okay, that is also there. Okay, go and check that. Okay, and you can start making your cue cards. Okay, your short notes. Okay, that you want to see in the last week of your exam. Okay, you can start making all of that. So this is where, okay, this is going to take a lot of your time. Okay, but it is very, very important. Go back, reflect. You might think that अरे मुझे सब आता है ना, मेरा तो आरसी अच्छा ही जाता है. But if there are certain things, okay, that you have missed on, let's say, okay, you have not seen any style tone question, okay, in the past few mocks. So you think that, okay, style tone शायद नहीं आएगा, but suddenly in your actual paper, if style tone comes up, that is where the problem is. You have forgotten, you have not seen that what is style and tone. What is the difference between style and tone? Okay, so how to identify the title of a passage? These things are really crucial, okay, which needs your attention. Okay, especially when you are in the start of your revision process. Okay, I'm not putting this in the third week or fourth week. I'm putting this purposely in the first week because if there is something that you have completely forgotten, you will identify and start working on that, okay, pretty early. Identify, that's why I said practice identifying the easy RC and VA questions. Because when you go back to your mocks, when you go back to your questions that you practiced, okay, marathon questions, cat questions, you will definitely find there will be certain questions, okay, that you must have found it easy. How did you find it easy? What is the process that you follow to get it easy? We have given you a lot of clues, okay, a lot of techniques that how to find whether RC is easy or not, okay, reading the initial couple of lines of the passage, okay, or reading different paragraphs, okay, and then making notes of that. Various techniques that we have shared, okay. So identify what was that technique that helped you identify whether this RC is easy, this RC is not easy. In the same process, you'll also get to know that what mistake that you did, okay, when you identified RC as easy, but eventually you saw that that was a difficult RC set. Okay, so that is important. So focus on those things, okay, and that is important. Sir, can I crack CAT only in front of 3 sets? KBS, okay, there is nothing that I can tell you in terms of fixed numbers that itna karo to itna aa jayega types. No. Yes, we see some general trends, okay, but I mean, having a random figure in hand, okay, definitely is not the right approach. Okay, so that gives you the clarity of what you have to do, okay, and understand, okay, if you see I have not given you in terms of a lot of practice questions out there in the first week, okay, what I'm telling you to do is a lot of reflect okay, activities that you go and reflect on things that you have done in the past, okay, that is going to give you a lot of insights to work on, okay, for your week number 2. Week number 2, check and recheck application of basic rules. Now you understood, okay, yes, yeah, this is the style, this is tone, this is how you infer a particular question. Okay, this is how you answer question which is based on let's say title. You have revised all that. Now those fundas are again very fresh in your mind. Go and check the application of that. Okay, for MBAP students who are attending those marathon sessions, okay, it's a very good set of questions out there. Okay, go and check those questions again. Okay, see the recordings, see the theory application, okay, out there in these questions. Okay, so what happens is when you must have attended the marathon session, probably that time you must have not looked at your basic and then you must have come up here. Okay, so but now when you're doing that, that is going to definitely help you a lot. Okay, try it now here onwards, okay, that I've given you. Okay, try to solve previous CAT questions again. Make clue cards, okay, cue cards that I'm telling you here. The reason is basically in week number 4, okay, we have to, we can't go back and check all the mocks, okay, all the notes again. So we will in week number 4, we will only work on those small notes, okay, that can be a small diary, set of pages that you're working on. Okay, we'll focus on that. So for that, okay, if you have revised your basics, if you have gone through the recordings again, you have seen the application part of it, a lot of things will make sense, okay, when you see it again, okay, by doing some revision. So based on that, okay, the sense that you're making, make some notes on that. That what is the mistake, okay, that I did. Okay, so you can identify your mistakes. Okay, identify the strategies. Okay, how did you identify the right RC? Okay, what is the technique that you worked for you? So all of this, okay, that will help you. Okay, so minimum practice, okay, that's why that I'm telling you that's week number 2 onwards, okay, I have given you the minimum practice of 30-35 RCs, okay, that you have to do it here. At the same time, okay, here you see week number 3 is where I'm telling you to do VA questions. Okay, some of you can definitely start in week number 2 also, okay, because VA is something that gives you a good start in your exam. Okay, a lot of students, they don't do RC first, okay, they do VA first, okay, because VA is like small set of questions and easily done, and then they move on to jump onto the RC part. Okay, so we can do that part also. Okay, but yes, again, identify those patterns. Okay, your approach to crack different types of VA questions. Okay, like parajumbers, what worked out for you. Okay, what's the basic theory of parajumbers and all of that, odd sentences, okay, summary, completion, all of that. Okay, and then make sure that you are working on those number of questions also. So this practice material can be anything from your advanced material to the previous year CAT questions and all of that. And I have been time and again telling you guys that CAT 2000 minimum till 2000, okay, is what you should be doing. If you have not done, okay, all the MBP students have got this topic wise PDF, right? Topic wise CAT questions are there. Go and access it, okay, and from 2020 onwards till 2000, okay, start solving those questions. Okay, that is going to help you a lot. Okay. Sukamal, okay, it's my first time class, needs some previous notes. Sukamal, okay, you can reach out to the mentors, okay, they will definitely help you with that. Okay, can I crack it if I start preparation seriously now? Shares, okay, depends on what you have done in the past, okay, and based on that, okay, cracking CAT in the last month, okay, is where basically you can definitely work on those areas which is the most easiest one, okay, and that can help you, okay, definitely crack a good score, okay, depending on again the base, okay, that you have. Great. So take sectional test. Okay, that you should be doing. Okay, if you see, I've given the mock part also. Okay, take 4 to 6 mocks. Okay, in the first 2 weeks of November. Again, I'm not giving you very precisely. Okay, but anywhere like in a week you should have 2 to 3 mocks. Don't burden yourself with everyday mock. Okay, don't be in that mode that everyday mock is happening. No, I understand. Okay, this time initial weeks of November you should be focusing more on the reflection and the revision activities then on practicing, okay, and giving more. So second week onwards you can pick up on the practice part. Once you have done your reflection activities, you know things, okay, where you have missed things, so come up with that, okay, start solving questions, and then you can take a couple of mocks out there. Great. So that's okay for week number 3 as well. Okay, and now keep applying those pointers in VRC practice question, as in pointers from the cue cards. The cue card, the practice notes that you have made, okay, from the previous year video, previous videos, okay, the concepts and all that you've seen. Apply those cue cards, okay, those pointers in the practice questions. And definitely, because those things will be the fresh things when you sit down in your exam the next week, okay, which is like on 28th when you sit. The last week, that is 22nd to 22nd to 24, 27th, till that time what you're doing, that is something, okay, that is important. Now, people ask me that in the last week should I give mock? Okay, again that depends on candidate to candidate. If you ask me, if you are a candidate who can get easily bogged down with a negative, with a let's say a less score or something like that, okay, or bad score, okay, that definitely you should not give a mock in the last week. But if you're someone, okay, who takes things positively, that yes, you have taken a lot of effort, if the last mock in case god forbid goes here and there, it still doesn't affect your mindset, then you can give one mock, okay, in the last week of time. Okay, great. I mean, I will again come and give you like the last 7 day strategy. Okay, but for now you can park this aside. Okay, and at least give 2-3 mocks in the initial weeks of November. Okay, that's about verbal ability. Now comes to Lrdi section. Now when I come to Lrdi section, okay, as in what can, okay, Sumit, I'll cover that part. So CAT 21. Okay, now Lrdi part is what I'm discussing. Okay, something on the similar lines. Okay, so let me cover up all this. Okay, and then I'll tell you that how do you make those cue cards. Okay, all of that in specific. Great. So in Lrdi, okay, as I told you, okay, go to the previous year papers. Now identify the your strength area, the Lrdi sets that you found easy. Work on them. Okay. Now Lrdi is one section that definitely each and every one of you will be able to find those easy sets. How? Okay, we have worked a lot on that by identifying the direct and indirect clues. You should know how to plot the different type of data. Go and check in the past. Okay, go and check in the marathon videos. Okay, in the previous year paper solutions and all that, see that how did, okay, how was a different type of information being plotted in different type of plots. So that is very important, okay, that you should know that how to approach a set, okay, how to identify, okay, again, so your progress should be identified. Check that where you started off, where are you right now in Lrdi, okay, what has been your journey, appreciate yourself on that, okay, that's going to really help you. One thing that a lot of people miss on is daily 30 minutes of exercise of speed calculations, guys. This is something that is going to help you even in your SNAP exam, your NMAT exam or your ZAT exam, whatever is there. Speed calculation should not be missed. 30 minutes daily dose. In fact, I can tell you that do it for all the 4 weeks. Okay, like 30 minutes speed calculations where you're working on percentage calculations, multiplication of 2 digit, 3 digit numbers, addition of 5, 6 numbers. Okay, all of that, and make like 30 questions. Okay, that you should do 30, not like 60 questions that you should do in 30 minutes time. Okay, so half a minute for every calculation. Okay, that's going to be really like a what do you get? It's like a jogging that you're doing. Okay, it's like something that keeps your brain active all the time. So make sure, okay, that you're doing this. Okay, the speed calculation part. Okay, and the same thing. Okay, as I told you, the focus on the application of those rules, okay, that we have done in the marathon. The rules as in like how to identify the direct indirect clues, how to plot a set of data, those kind of things. Go and check it in your marathon sessions. Okay, that's going to help you out there. Okay, definitely will be very something that will ease your pressure also, okay, during this time. Try to solve the previous one. Now here is where, okay, I'm saying that make cue cards again, okay, and as I told you, I'll give you an example of how to make cue cards for verbal, for logic, for cons, all of that. Okay, minimum practice. So yes, practice should not stop. Okay, this practice is untimed. Okay, I'm not telling you to time this. Okay, untimed because you're giving your mind, your brain that work, okay, of thinking, okay, on those similar kind of LRDIs. Okay, so that remains the same. Okay, similarly, week number 3 also I've kept it. Okay, and make cue cards again that I've told you. Okay, all of this remains the same. Okay, for even LRDI section. Okay, and those cue cards is where you have to apply those cue cards, okay, in the last week. Okay, and so that in your exam how you're going to take their cue cards, okay, and be applying it now. Okay, great. Similarly, if I see for cons, okay, again, so okay, one thing that I want to highlight here for logic before I move to cons is many a time people go by this. When I say strength area, they go by the area of LRDI set. Where example, someone will say that okay, linear arrangement is something that I'm very good at. Okay, and I'm sure students who have attended my marathon sessions will agree to the point saying that linear arrangement, okay, you can get very difficult sets on that. Okay, some people say that oh, games tournament is very difficult, I will not do it, but I've shown you games tournament sets, okay, which are also very easy. So no generalization for LRDI in terms of topics, no. Okay, it is purely based on these two things, which is the indirect and direct information, okay, and how to plot the data. Okay, if these two things are clear, okay, then on that basis you can identify the easy, difficult, and based on that you can also see that what was difficult for you in the previous papers, okay, in the previous mocks. Great, but when it comes to cons, okay, this is where you have to stick to the topics, okay, that is required. Okay, because here different topics have give you different type of challenges. Okay, so definitely areas, okay, areas or other topics that gives you those more number of questions that you can solve faster. Okay, those kind of things. Okay, whereas your speed is good, your accuracy is good. Okay, definitely identify them. Okay, and identify your progress as well. Okay, and then go and check the basic of cons. Okay, many times you miss on certain very basic concepts. Okay, so don't take it lightly. Okay, don't by any chance think that no मुझे तो ये आता है वो आता है. आपको जो भी आता है सब कुछ आपको आता है, लेकिन फिर भी जाओ और फिर भी देखो वीडियोस, देखो वो नोट्स देखो. Okay, you can see your own notes also, but go and check that. Okay, don't take things for granted. Okay, I'm highlighting that again and again. Okay, practice identify the easy cons question. How to identify, how did you identify in the past. Okay, and application of basic rules, okay, that you see in the marathon sessions. Okay, very important. So the same thing here that you see for cons. Okay, very much I have kept it on the similar lines. But every week, okay, every week you should be focusing on LRDI. Okay, you should be focusing on cons and verbal, all of that. It is not that you have to do all the 3 sections in a day. In a day, you can put things here and there, but if you see the week wise plan, okay, in that week those things of cons, those things of logic and verbal should definitely be covered. Okay, great. So now I'll come to the point, okay, and I'll also keep it open for questions. Meanwhile, I'll help you with the point of just a minute. Okay, so I'll just help you with the point of yes. Great. So the point of cue cards, okay, that I'm telling you, okay, basically, okay, if you have to identify, okay, so the pointers is one point that you have to make sure is that you write is how to identify the easy or the medium questions, right? Now for this, okay, let's take, okay, if I'm writing this for verbal ability, okay, or rather to be very specific, I'm writing it for RC. Now, for you in the past, when you analyze, okay, you see that your accuracy or your level of understanding is more better. Okay, let's say for you can say science. Okay, science related, articles. Okay, blogs, you're more better, or philosophy related. So you know that, okay, in terms of area of like the subject of the passage. Okay, these are 1 or 2 areas. Okay, that you are relatively comfortable, like more comfortable with that. I'm not making it this every science article I'm going to do, but you know that, okay, these are certain areas that you are more comfortable. Okay, that is one way. Okay, the second way, okay, to identify this thing is where you, let's say, read the initial 4 lines or 5 lines. Okay, and see that if you are able to crack that or not, okay, if you are able to understand the passage or not. And these are things, okay, that if you go and check in your basic RC material, okay, if you check in your basic lectures, okay, check your marathon lectures, there will be a lot of such strategies, okay, which will be given with the faculty. Okay, you will see that tricks, okay, that talks about where, let's say, okay, there are a particular passage, RC has got three passages, okay, three paragraphs to it. So you read the initial lines of the paragraph, you read the last line of the paragraph, okay, that gives you idea of what is there in this particular paragraph. So this again is a particular approach, okay, that will help you to identify whether this passage is something that you would choose to solve first or not. So how will you identify? Similarly, okay, for LRDI, okay, you know that how to identify. Let's say if you have an arrangement based puzzle set, okay. Now arrangement based puzzle set, okay, if you have something like this, that then how to identify whether the arrangement based puzzle set is easy or difficult. Okay, how will you know that? Because for different students this will be different. It's not a standard answer. You go back to the previous questions that you have solved, see, okay, how was those kind of questions, how did you identify where you went wrong, okay, how did the professor approach it, okay, see all of that, make your notes based on this. So how to identify easy questions for verbal, for cons, for LRDI, make notes on that. How will you make it? Based on the previous analysis of, how of your mocks, of your questions that you have solved, all the videos that you have, the lectures that you attended, how, where the professor solved it. From all of that you will get the point. So that's one of the things. Second thing, okay, so one thing is that how to identify easy questions. Okay, another area that you need to make cue cards is very simple, is obviously the formulas and the tricks. Okay, what else? So in formula will be for cons and all that, okay, but tricks as such, okay, is something that again, different sections will have different techniques, okay, that for how to solve, let's say LRDI set, okay, which is based on games and tournaments. So games and tournaments are there, okay, what are different types of games and tournaments, okay, football oriented, okay, cricket oriented, tennis oriented, okay, we have practiced all these sets, okay, in your marathon session. So you can go and check those things, okay, and come back here. Okay, let's say linear arrangement, what are different type of linear arrangement? There can be a single line arrangement, there can be sequencing in this thing, okay, there will be, let's say, a theater where you have around 20 people sitting out there, those kind of things. So how to approach this, okay, how to identify the starting point and all of that. Okay, so one is when you the identification of the question, okay, because that's really important from the perspective of selection of a question. Okay, and second is once you have selected the right question, okay, then is your approach of how to start solving it. Okay, for that you should know the tricks, the approaches, okay, and all of that. So that is that, okay, about, okay, in terms of the second area, okay, that you are talking about these two things. The third area is again, something that will be very unique to each of the students, okay, and the unique thing is obviously your own strength areas, okay, and your weak areas. You know that, okay, what are the area, what are the type of questions, type of RC questions, type of LRDI questions where your accuracy has been very weak. So identify that. Again, you can make list of those things for your strength area. So you are aware of things. So these are things in front of you. Okay, that yes, these are my strength area, these are my weak areas in cons and logic and verbal. Okay, and this is how I identify, this is how the approaches that I have done in the past, when my professors have done in the lectures, to identify an easy set and a difficult set. Okay, you have the thumbnail, like say something, a set of clues written based on your own language. That's part number 2. And part number 3 is that how to approach, okay, how to go ahead, okay, with things and all of that. So that's how you write down those clues. Okay, Sumit, I hope that answers your question. Great. So that is something that I wanted to discuss in detail. Okay, about what needs to be covered. Okay, and definitely we're going to start off with the revision series. Okay, we have not launched this, okay, for the non-MBAP students till now, but we'll be launching it soon. Okay, probably sometime tomorrow we expect, okay, this to be launched, where I'll give you the entire lecture schedule of what all things will happen in the last 25 days. Okay, of your preparation and all of that. Students looking for CMAT CET, okay, definitely, okay, we have programs coming up for that as well. So great. So that's all, guys, from my side. Okay, and remember, okay, from where we started off, okay, that this is an important part, and I'll keep the house open for any questions, okay, in case you have it, before we sign off for today's session. Tatha is asking that is it enough for 90 percentiles? Tatha, definitely, okay, it is something that even the 99 percentiles would be doing. Okay, so this is something that will definitely give you those right action points to work towards the last 30 days of your time. Great. So that's all, guys, from my side. All the best. Okay, keep following us. Okay, and keep working hard. Okay, focus on the action items that we have just told you. Okay, focusing on action items will give you the results. Okay, no other thoughts. Okay, no other talks is going to help you. The action item is the only thing. Okay, that you have in your hand. Okay, that's the only thing that you can control. Okay, in your hand. So definitely focus on those things which are in your control. All the best, guys. Okay, catch up. Okay, you guys again. Bye bye. All the best.